Hello and welcome back to the Sportsplex here in Feastersville, Pennsylvania for the 2018 JRDA Championships. We are here for the championship game of the Open Division against Diamond City and Des Moines. I am Al B, and I am here with Death Nella.
Albie, this is going to be such a great matchup. I had a chance to watch or to call for Des Moines, both of their games, and get to see Diamond City out there as well. This is an intense matchup. So how did we get here? Well, 2 wins for both teams here. Diamond City beat the 8th seed Sirens of Savannah 265-202 on day 1, and then a win over Mob City yesterday 191-128. Now Mob City claiming 3rd place against the Attack Pack just a little while ago. Number 3 seed Des Moines beat Tampa Bay 202-147 in day 1, then a 233-110 win against the Attack Pack got them here.
Yeah, the Attack Pack bout. You and I had the pleasure of calling that one.
So much happened in that
pleasure?
game.
I don't know. It was certainly an interesting experience. I mean, that was a tough bout. These two teams, look, they've been here before. They're always in the top. They're always in the conversation when you're talking about champions and championships and trying to work for them. This is going to be
an incredible match.
This might be the best bout. I mean, you'll leave going. You will never forget this bout.
There's no way. I'm so excited to be able to call a championship here at the JRDA Champs. It's been a fun, just jam-packed, weekend though, but that's what it is. It's just been go the whole time, and now all of the skaters are packed into the track that was being used for the female division. We're going to see the championships go back to back, and it is a packed house out there. Albie, you were talking about the history there with the teams. So last year, Diamond City getting first at Champs, and Des Moines earning a 3rd place spot. So definitely a rivalry there that's going to have a great story at the end of today.
And those of you out there that know Coach Mark from Des Moines, and you saw him coach a couple of games, so you don't know him,
yes,
but you know him. You can tell if he's going to come in and finish 3rd, that left a not a real good taste in his mouth, and he was not going to not be in this championship game.
And no matter what, they're going to surpass that 3rd place. Whoever comes out of this game, you got 1st and 2nd. All right, why don't we get to the rosters there, LB?
Absolutely. For Diamond City, the Diamond City Miners, the number 1 seed, it is 007 Blonde Assassin, 05 Ginger Snapper, 063 Bumper Car, number 1 Kitty Killer, 100 Monster, 12 Ambush Ash, 1230 Sam I Slam, 4 Mini Maniac, 42 Crushmore, 54 Amazing, 6 Worthy, 79 Little Regulate Her, 8 Little Dutch Explosion, 89 the Captain Speed Bry U, and number 918 Miss Demeanor.
And the coaches for Diamond City are coaches Vic Scarlett and Ben Jamming. Okay, for the Des Moines Derby Brats, number 07 Jamit Jacob, number 12 your Captain Razor, who's also aging out this year, number 13 K-Boom, number 18 Kill Billy, number 23 Recnology, number 306 Little Rebel, number 333, well, that's Triple Threat, number 4 Mad Hatter, number 711 Miss Batitude, number 731 Enigma, number 8 Muhammad Ali, number 9 Dragonfire, and your coaches Mark Muse, Anastasia Smith, and Daniel McLaughlin.
The clock on the wall says we're very close. They're not even counting down time to Derby anymore. Right now they're doing the official checks, and this is when you move everybody over to this side. Look at wow, the stands are packed, more people coming in, a standing room only crowd, pretty near.
It's going to get so loud in here, Albie, so we're going to do our best to not be yelling on our own mics. For the most part, we're able to be a little bit removed. We're on a at a vantage up in the top, so we get the view on the screen and the view from above, basically. And just a quick note on our referees for this game. We have SGT Major, Harley Quinn Davidson, Strapping Young Beard, Honey Badger, Flow Block, Tricky Ricky, Richie Cranium, and Guinness.
Your NSOs, your non-skating officials are Darth Bling, Burian's Havoc, Hannah, Prim Reaper, Nellfire, Boptimus Prime, Mellow Trauma, Ms. Hyde, and Toxic Narcotic.
And right now the team's just doing their last huddles before the final game. Albie, there are a total of 9 skaters who will be aging out in this match. So you're going to see 9 skaters out there giving it their all at their last JRDA champs. For Des Moines, there are 5 skaters: Razor, Kill Billy, Triple Threat, Muhammad Ali, Dragonfire. And then for Diamond City, Blonde Assassin, Bumper Car, Ambush Ash, and Worthy.
And you know, when these skaters start aging out, on one hand, you know, it's sad and you think about it, but on the other hand, there are some WFTDA and MRDA teams out there salivating at these kids coming out. It's
already
like, hey, you want to come play with us? You want to come play roller derby?
And I bet they're watching this footage because this is, Albie, what that means is this is the starting point. This is what they get to build on when they go and join those adult leagues. The derby world doesn't even know what's hit it yet.
Yeah, and we've talked about this over the weekend about how this affects the sport, and we'll talk about it more as it goes on. I do want to mention, we will get you the jammers as quick as possible. Like this, it is Worthy and Triple Threat right now, but we are at the mercy of the scoreboard operators most of the time as now Worthy jumps out to lead jam first of all, and he blitzes down on the inside, virtually untouched.
A powerful sprint down that straightaway into turn 1. There is a Des Moines skater in the penalty box right now, number 8.
That is Muhammad Ali.
All right, and already Worthy coming back for another trip through the pack to score. An attempted knockout, doesn't quite make it.
I want to take just a second. I'm pretty sure he's out there, but I want to shout out to Justin Credible, who I'm sure is out there listening, and he's removed from Derby. He became an old family man and everything. But remember, I told you there was two of us in Lincoln 2 years ago.
Yes, you
stuck
did.
to the track. It was me and Justin Credible who announces for Des Moines, or announced at the time for Des Moines.
Wow.
So shout out, Justin. We had 13 on this team, Justin. By the way, if you're out there listening, 13. Rub his nose. Razor coming to the line for Des Moines. Diamond City, that is.
Just waiting to see the number there. Razor.
Razor back block.
And 007, Blonde Assassin, yes. Sure, we'll be seeing many of the same jammers out again and again. This is going to be such a physical matchup. There's Enigma for Des Moines up at the front, where that's where he normally is, holding things down. Blonde Assassin trying to get by, but now he's out of play, and she gets by with lead.
Yeah, Blonde Assassin coming around quickly, and Blonde Assassin is not a small individual at all, but out there next to Enigma, it was, wow. Enigma is not only a big body in the middle of the pack, he is a very strong presence in the middle of the pack, and he must be accounted for pretty much at all times.
And Albie, you said it yesterday, it's when we talk about space and size in derby, we're talking about all around you, above, below, side to side, because that plays a huge part. You have zones that you're blocking, and Enigma is able to really hold down the fort in so many ways for Des Moines. And we have Worthy out for DCM. Jamet Jacob on the line for Des Moines.
We will say that name quite a few times as well.
One of their confident jammers. Oh, an attempted apex jump, but cut to the inside there for Worthy.
This is the second time Worthy has been on the jammer line this bout. And that is Jamet Jacob taking lead jam for Des Moines.
And Enigma is sent to the penalty box. Did not see that call. And we have the Diamond City pivot, number 8-9, Speed Bryu, holding things down at the front. That is a scoreless jam. Oh, no. Seeing some points there for Des Moines on the board for the first time this bout.
So they get to finally break into the scoring column. 18-4 in favor of Diamond City. 26 minutes and 9 seconds left to play here in the first half.
And Albie, it's such a mental thing just to see those numbers on the board to start. You don't want to wait too long in Derby before you start seeing that, even if you have a great multi-scoring jam.
I do believe that the first points are the hardest. Triple threat, Des Moines coming to the jammer line for Des Moines. That's he's trying to add to the 4 points.
Oh, and out in front, number 4, that's Mini Maniac for DCM. Mini Maniac fighting up against that Des Moines line. Their defense, Little Rebel there, putting on the pressure. Triple threat getting through. Triple threat, one of the Team USA East skaters. That's the jam, and Diamond City able to put up 3 points for that effort. So one thing we've been seeing, Albie, is as the day progresses and the levels get higher, possibly lower scoring totals overall, because the defense from the blockers, they know if you can just keep it low, there's always a chance.
That is not only for this bout thus far, but that has been the entire weekend. Two key things that we've talked about a number of times that seem to have been a recurring factor is whoever wins the penalties has win the penalties and watch the pack play.
Speed Bryu there, spinning around. Maybe he needs a change of name.
No, Speed Bryu. Trust me, you that was a good spinning move, but this kid is quick. And
Enigma though slows him down there on out of turn 2. Speed Bryu unsure of what's happening here. Worthy with the hit out, able to allow his jammer to come in a little early. Oh, an apex jump doesn't.
And spun. He made it. He made it. He did not drag. There you go. Came down.
And this is why we trust the eagle eyes of the officials, who have a much better advantage than we do.
Shout out to Worthy just then, who went back with Enigma. First of all, you could see the visual difference and went back to make sure that he did something right at the last minute to help his jammer get back on the track quickly. Heads up play by Worthy. And
we do have penalty called on number 2-3 from Des Moines. That's Recnology. She's a fierce blocker as well. We'll be definitely seeing more of her out there on the track. And now we have a star pass, Des Moines, the first of the day, to number 4.
That is
Mad Hatter. Oh, Mad Hatter coming up on that Des Moines line. Speed Bryu collecting 4 points there. Goes for a big apex jump, lands it. Does go out of bounds after, but he did land it.
The power in these kids.
Wow.
You say kids, they're.
And that was another fun. There's a powerhouse jam, Albie. We were just talking about a multi-scoring jam. That's 23 for Diamond City.
We do have timeout called. I believe it's by Des Moines. It flashed up on our screen for a second and then went away.
It's definitely happening, and now is it's a good time. This is a game where you can't allow too much space without recalibrating and figuring out, okay, what do we need to work on?
For no other reason, just to put the brakes on things for a while.
So
it's the last 5 jams. Diamond City is 4 out of 5. So. You win the jams, you add points, and that's how you do it. 23 points the last jam, 23-3, bringing them to 44-7. But we have learned Des Moines was down, 30 early yesterday?
Sure was.
To Tampa. No,
so
not yesterday.
It's still early beginnings here. 22 minutes left, more than 22 minutes left on the jam clock. Not the jam clock, the game clock.
Yeah,
there we go. One of the clocks.
It's been a long weekend.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think Jamit Jacob got confused with the whistles.
Psych, just kidding.
Because the action didn't start. We'll see what happens there, though. That could possibly be safety, of course, being of the utmost importance. Looks like all the officials are okay. They understand that it was a mistake. Jamit Jacob now on the Diamond City line.
And you know what? Shout out to the officials, because they probably could have called it. And I mean, because even if it was a mistake, it was an unsafe, you know, and it's, ooh. So shout out for the non-call and letting the kids play on the biggest stage they've ever played on.
Number 4, Maniac, Mini Maniac with that hit on Jamit Jacob. Didn't phase him, though. He's out with lead.
And you folks at home get to see now. Watch the pack play and the communication. When to extend out. Oh,
wow, big hit on that Diamond City blocker. It is legal, though. That was number 89. Oh, never mind. I'm trying to see the number there.
Yeah, Diamond City, the coloring on their numbers, on their uniforms, are difficult to read. And that was the same case earlier. There was a couple of the teams have these fading numbers that make it hard to see from our vantage point. But we'll do the best we can to make sure that y'all have the information. But you got a very good picture thanks to our great camera people.
And a low block penalty assisted Ginger Snapper, and that was actually the blocker that took that big hit earlier on, trying to slow Jamit Jacob down.
That's easier said than done.
And that is a scoreless jam. Yes, a scoreless jam for Diamond City. 15 big points for Des Moines.
And just the shot on the arm that Des Moines needed to get back up. And now that's 44-22 with 21 minutes and 15 seconds here to go.
If you're following at home, those dashes below the names, those are the timeouts, and that little circle is your official review. So as those disappear, well, you can put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, and you're going to make me do math? Triple threat, number 333, speaking of numbers.
Oh, getting dragged back by Worthy. Worthy as well, aging out, same with triple threat. So this is both of these jammers' final appearance at the JRDA Champs. Enigma with a hit out on Worthy. And a call, a high block call, I believe, on number 063. That's a bumper car. Triple threat powering through. No lead assess and a jammer penalty called on Worthy.
He tried to call it off.
And that would explain why that didn't happen. So this jam will run the full 2 minutes. This could be big scoring potential here for Des Moines.
Yeah, Des Moines a chance to cut things up. I'm not sure why he probably wanted to restart, but then he found, oh, wait, I'm not lead, so they have to play it out. And then triple threat with a big move on the outside, getting through that Diamond City pack. And
Worthy has just been released from the penalty box. Has to skate, you know, pretty much across the track on the outside to get into position.
Ooh, these teams hit so hard.
Very heavy hitters, both of them. Enigma trying to call for a cut, didn't happen.
And quick, oh my goodness.
So fast. Already Worthy around the track there. Meanwhile, triple threat at the back of the pack. Okay, I'm gonna try a star pass. There's only 10 seconds left in the jam. But that confusion, now of course he's not earning any points, even though he's passing those blockers.
Worthy goes down on the inside.
Big time jam though for Des Moines. 15 points, that ties their other big scoring jam, which was just before.
Actually, they just got another point, so it's 16 now.
So now
they take the record.
That is.
And just like that, the 22-point lead becomes a 12-point lead.
See, you're fine with math, Albie.
Look at you. Don't tell anybody. And 18 and a half minutes left here in the first period.
So much derby left to go, Albie. And we see, I believe that's number 007, Blonde Assassin again, and Razor on the line for Des Moines. Just look at that. We have bridging happening. We'll see what happens with this pack. It's almost stressing me out a little bit. I can't imagine what the referees are dealing with out there.
Yeah, it's so close to not being
stretching. That's a no pack being called.
I don't think it's being called by the officials yet. Now it's closed back up, but.
And we see the head refs calling a no pack there. That situation is very tricky to handle. Ooh, Blonde Assassin with a big hit there on number 711, Miss Batitude. She gets out. She does not get lead because there was a no earned pass there. So lead is still, Razor has lead there. Decides to call it before any points are scored. That was a lot of energy there, Al, being expended for both those teams. That jam lasting really long to be scoreless. Oh, no, not scoreless, rather. Des Moines picking up 3 points.
9-point lead for Diamond City over Des Moines. And these, you know, they're such well-conditioned athletes, but they've played a lot of roller derby.
Yes, this weekend.
They haven't had to play as much as some of the other teams, but that's you get rewarded for winning your games when you need to win them. So, and they came in as the high seeds, and that's what they're here. So,
that
Worthy.
move by Worthy decides to go up under, does not do so in an illegal way, was able to clear it. That, I hope someone got a picture of that. Oh, big hit by Enigma to slow him down. That will cost Enigma a trip to the penalty box, a forearm call.
I'm over here signaling you. Worthy coming.
Oh, but Worthy gets a call.
Block to a high block from before Worthy as Worthy goes to the penalty box. Now Worthy, that's something, he got a penalty and went to the box, and I'm just going by history over the last few times I've seen him, which was at the last 2 champs, and they've come to Tampa to spring break to play in our tournaments. Worthy is such a talented skater, but he is the hardest on himself sometimes. So you got to watch him, because if he gets in a rut where he starts getting penalties, it can affect him as a long run. And look at, goodness.
That was just a slow grind there by Speed Bryu. I'm hearing another penalty whistle there. We'll see what happens. But Jamet Jacob not giving up. But what a lot of work, being dragged all the way back to turn 4. Oh, Worthy.
Did he stay in?
He seems to think so, and it's a go. Talk about track awareness there.
Yeah, he was real close to going out, but only his hand. Now he's out.
And an important distinction, too, to remember that if you just touch your hand down, and that's what happened, his knee wasn't down, it was just his hand, he's still in bounds, you're still good to go.
Worthy being recycled back to the middle of the...
Both of these jammers getting recycled. Big hit there on Jamet Jacob. This game, the intensity, we're now a quarter in. And Al B, you were talking about the penalties on Worthy. That was Worthy's second jammer penalty. Not sure if that's necessarily something to be concerned about, but we have seen a number of teams, not necessarily these ones, but just teams all tournament long penalty spiraling, especially as these games and the intensity and what's riding on the line increases.
It's really, and it's always seems to, it does seem to do that a lot, but a real lot this weekend. It's points and penalties have came in buckets for everybody. It really does seem like that. The penalty box, it seems to always be filled with one team and empty. So it's really something to watch for as Triple Threat
takes lead there. Yeah. And we've got Pivot out there. That's 063 bumper car.
Mini Maniac now free, gets away from the pack, coming back around for a scoring pass. Triple Threat wisely calls it off before Mini Maniac can get up there and get any points. 57-45, a 12-point lead for Diamond City with 13 minutes and 48 seconds left to go here in the first period.
And that's 2 points for Des Moines. We're now 10 points apart, 57-47. And we're seeing Speed Bryu just doing back-to-back on the blocking line. They know they need to put out a seasoned I mean, they're all seasoned, but Speed Bryu especially with championship experience as well.
Speed Bryu and Razor.
And we have Bumper Car jamming for the first time for Diamond City this bout. And Enigma tries to squeeze him on the inside. It does not work. He gets by for 5.
Bumper Car seems to have an answer for Enigma so far. He keeps getting right up there on Enigma, not afraid to go one-on-one with him. And a big-time move right there on the front straightaway.
And the crowd is just freaking out over there on turn 4. Lots of Diamond City supporters. Meanwhile, Des Moines, Razor, their captain, getting hung up there on Ginger Snapper. And Enigma called to the box for, I believe it was a high blocking call. Bumper Car coming around for another set of 5. Oh, no, the star has now been stashed. Razor is out. And that's the call. So we have an 18 point.
No, you're good. 19 points for Diamond City, bringing their total to 76. And so far it hasn't been all Diamond City. Des Moines is certainly close enough, and it's going to. But thus far, every time we say, look, you got to watch out because Des Moines can make a run, and they make a run and they get close, and then Diamond City said, okay, we got to put the stops to that. So it's kind of flowing back and forth after that first initial thing. Who blinks first? That's what it's going to be. We do have an official timeout.
And why don't we take this time to talk about, because we have so much action happening today, and people might think, hey, it's over.
You know, and typically come to championship bout day, you're going, you know, we're about to be done for the weekend.
You have the single tier.
Right, and that is not the case. So those of you out there, and a lot of times when you've watched Derby all weekend, and then you kind of get a Derby hangover or a Derby,
yep.
where you want more Derby. Well, the World Cup starts right here in this same venue tomorrow, and we are going to be here tomorrow and Tuesday. And it is, if you go to twitch.tv/WFTDA, all you're going to have to pay.
What is it, LB?
Is $0. It is absolutely free.
Absolutely
so you will be able to watch 6 of the best teams in the world.
So wait, how much is that in Canadian dollars?
It is. You know what? Believe it or not, it is $0 in Canadian dollars as well.
And euros?
Wait. Yes, it's €0.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's £0.
Jeez. Wow.
It's unbelievable.
And we've got some incredible teams. Team Australia, Team Europe, Team UK, Team Britain, right?
Team Canada.
Team Canada. Now, I don't want to say anything about that, but I myself am from Canada, and I cannot wait to see these skaters. And we've seen a number of Team USA skaters out there.
And we do have USA East and USA West to round out the top. We mentioned the other 4. But right now, back on this one, Ginger Snap is at the line for Diamond City. Jamit Jacob for Des Moines. Jamit Jacob being recycled to the back, and now so is Ginger Snapper. And the pack play and the communication, I love watching this when they get a close-up and you're able to watch the communication between them, verbal and nonverbal, and their signals and it's.
And the innate understanding between one another of what's happening, what's going on. They're so comfortable, both of them having played 2 winning games. Enigma with a forearm call, though. That's his 3rd trip to the box this bout.
Yeah, Enigma, there are times when he gets in foul trouble. He fouled out yesterday, or he was fouled out yesterday.
We have a low block call.
That's number 711 for Des Moines. I believe it's Miss Batitude. Yes,
sure
it is Miss Batitude. Oh my gosh, was that me remembering somebody's number without looking on the paper? Who are you and what'd you do with LB?
Jamit Jacob deciding he's going to grind it through there. Manages to cut through 2 of the Diamond City blockers. It gets recycled. And wow, lead only being assessed. We have 30 seconds left in the jam.
Yeah, we went nearly a minute and a half without a jammer. And that's just a tribute, again, to the talent of these teams and the pack play. Miss Batitude coming back into play. for Des Moines.
Meanwhile, another Des Moines blocker, though, switching out, so they just traded spots. And a second Des Moines skater sent to the penalty box. That's number 9.
That is Dragonfire.
Dragonfire, also one of the veterans out there. She's aging out this year. And Enigma did not see the call, but just before the whistles. Also a trip to the penalty box. Now, normally you don't see 3 blockers in there, but we do have one standing right now. Number 2-3, Recnology. But Des Moines will be likely starting with only 1 blocker out there on the track.
Time
it is their
out.
pivot.
No, official review. We have an official review.
All right, our wonderful producer, Standby, is going to run down to find out what's happening. And a reminder, you are watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships live, and you have been watching it all weekend long right here on WFTDA.tv. So stay tuned for tomorrow and Tuesday. That's on Twitch TV/WFTDA. But we've enjoyed a full weekend, 2 tracks of action, Open Division and Female Division Championships. And that final, albeit for the Female Division Championships, Seattle Derby Brats up against the Santa Cruz Derby Groms. That's taking place 8 p.m. Eastern. So right after this, just stay tuned. And all of it has been hosted by JRDA and Philly Roller Derby.
It is, you talk about Santa Cruz for a minute. Because Seattle and Santa Cruz, it's pretty much the last few years. And I know people are home. It's not on, but you know what? Until somebody else gets there, if you don't want to hear about Seattle and Santa Cruz, then beat them and get to the championship, because they are, they're always there. They're always there. But Santa Cruz, yesterday in what could be the game of the tournament, because they
thrilling.
were down by over 40 points late.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to late enough to the point to where no lead is ever safe in Derby. But it got late enough to the point to where everybody's starting to go, wait a minute, is Los Anarchists really going to make it in place of Santa Cruz?
That's what it was looking like.
And then just stormed back late to win by 5 late in the bout.
Well, it was the last jam. It came down to the last jam.
And Los Anarchists is a great team, because they just did a pretty darn good job against a pretty darn good Angel City team to take 3rd place in the bout right before this one. So I don't even know what to say. That bout, let's put it this way: we've been here all day, and you think, okay, we're done with our bout, we can get out of here. We're not going nowhere. We're going to be sitting right over there watching roller derby with the rest of the fans.
And we get to experience it live. We do want to thank everyone, though, joining us here. And remember, if you want to let us know about the awesome action you're seeing, any shout-outs, use the hashtag #TalkToJRDA. That's talk, the number 2, JRDA, to chat with us. And we've enjoyed some of your messages throughout the weekend, hearing from people across the country, tuning in to cheer on their loved ones or friends, just anybody sending their support. And Albie, what's so great about the stream is not only that we're bringing Derby to everybody as it happens, but also this becomes the vault. This becomes the video that teams can take back. They can see where those penalties came. I was talking earlier with some other officials. One thing that we've noticed is insubordination calls too. And a lot of those are simple mistakes, not even just a matter of doing something purposefully.
There has been quite a few of them, though, and I don't know if it's just, I don't know exactly, because at this level, we've said, look, we've been singing the praises of these teams, because you can sit here and go, well, they're the number 10 seed. Okay, they're the number 10 seed in the country.
Exactly.
They're seeded number 10. They're the number 10 seed. They're one of the top 10 teams in roller derby. So any team can beat any team. And some of the silliness that happens, but I think that's just from pressure from being on the biggest stage that you've been on.
And right now, taking center stage is Mini Maniac, grabbing lead for Diamond City. The pack moving so fast, deciding instead to call it off before triple threat could make any points. And there is a scoreless jam.
All right, Standby's back. He's going to give us information on that play stoppage.
Yeah, Des Moines looking for There it is. Des Moines looking for a review to overturn the failure to reform call on number 731, and that call actually will stand on Enigma.
All right. And Enigma must be at about 3 or 4 penalties at this point.
And you know what? I don't know how whether he felt it would have worked or not, but it's certainly got to give him credit for trying. Coach Mark trying to get it car as triple threat jumps out, gets lead jam for Des Moines. 81-47, 8 minutes left to play in the half. Triple threat's going to come in and try to get it. And look at the speed. Look at the fast-moving pack.
So fast. Looked like Diamond City opted to do that. Now, one thing, if you didn't catch it and you need to think of a possible rewind moment when you get a chance to rewatch that right there. Triple threat coming out, doing the spin, but then doing the push backward toe stop run. We're seeing that more and more WFTDA level skaters doing that move because you're able to, yes, you're backwards. It's not always ideal as a jammer because you're not facing the direction that you want to be sending your momentum, but you are pushing out with those toe stops.
I feel bad for everybody out there in the Derbyverse that they didn't get a chance to see that push backward moves that you were doing.
Oh, yeah, with my hands. I'm a hand talker. All right. Oh, we have a penalty called, a high block to Jamet Jacob.
That's going to put him in a power jam situation for Amazing and Diamond City.
Amazing, first time out jamming this bout. Getting knocked around first to the outside, then to the inside.
Lots of hitting going on.
Yeah, low block call there on Speed Bryu. Right now, no one has lead. We're about a minute left into the jam.
Oh,
there was a forearm call, so no one will get lead this jam. It'll run the clock there. Chance, though, for Jamet Jacob to possibly, well, at least get his initial here because he did not get his initial before going to the box.
Jamet Jacob going to try to get through as quick as he can. He's still got about 38 seconds. I mean, if he can get by, all right, he made his initial pass. Now let's see if he can turn this no lead jam into some points.
Oh, and he does.
And he does.
A jump, but now getting hung up by Speed Bryu, who also just got out of the penalty box. Pack getting spread out. Oh.
Amazing now out. Amazing trying to.
And we have Amazing coming through. 4 seconds left. Could possibly pick up some points here. And there we go. We have Des Moines with 6 points, Diamond City 3, but so much work there, Al, for that. It was a full 2-minute jam.
5 minutes left to go here in the first period. 84 for Diamond City, 55 for Des Moines.
Whew.
Trying to look, I believe that is number 12. That's Razor. Yes, it is Razor.
That's the captain, and
looking
could
for a
be
number.
Blonde Assassin there. Oh, no.
I believe it's Mini Maniac, but I'm not going to swear to it.
Sure is. I see a single digit there,
Mini
number
Maniac.
4.
So Razor and Mini Maniac going to the jammer line.
And a big hit to Little Rebel sends her off to the outside there on the straightaway. Speed Bryu now setting up there, waiting to catch. Notice how the Diamond City skaters almost like to intimidate those jammers as they come through. Mini Maniac catching up real quick there, forcing that call off.
Shout out to the broadcast team that we have, because the only disadvantage of right where we're at is it's hard to see the jammer numbers. But they, for the most part, we mentioned on mic going, if the camera guy would zoom in, but of course they don't always, but they're always right there, so that if the jammers, if we get just to get the jammers to turn, help the announcers out.
Strike a pose.
I don't think that's what the coaches are going to worry about. Now here we go.
Worthy for the first time in a while here.
Yeah, I think Worthy went back and got a breather. That's 7-1-1, missed attitude. Going down and going into turn 1, and now Worthy is up and cuts down on the inside.
Triple threat with lead. Gets by Speed Bryu. And picks up that point. Now a 20-point difference. Diamond City 84, Des Moines 64. Both teams still have 2 timeouts. And Diamond City with an official review. We're going to see Worthy out again. Now, I noticed this happening a couple times in their game yesterday as well. Worthy doing back-to-back jams. This time up against Jamet Jacob.
Worthy trying to go in on the inside of the pack. Split pack now, and Worthy just explodes right past the pivot line, and he is off to the races.
Yeah, challenges those arms, and you got to drop them. He's able to speed on by. Big jump. Stays on his toe stops to remain in there. Yeah, I'll be a little speechless here. Jamet Jacob, though, so strong, pushing, trying to move. Look at him move that Diamond City wall.
Look at Worthy with the move now. It's all of a sudden, whatever they said to Worthy while he went and took a break worked, because he is, and another great move, swing and a miss by the Des Moines blocker. That is, I believe it's number 6. Nope.
Number 8.
8, Muhammad Ali.
She's also one of their veteran skaters. Aging out this year, has been formidable all weekend long. And that was a 19-point jam for Diamond City. I think you're right there, Al. You mentioned earlier sometimes Worthy gets in that penalty trouble. We didn't see him for a couple jams after he got those 2 jammer penalties. Perhaps there was a mental discussion. There was a talk.
I don't think. Look, I've seen conversations between the Diamond City coach and his players, and Worthy especially. And he's look, he's certainly not. Worthy's just one to where if he can get him and look him eye to eye and go, look, you're better than this and you got this. Usually it's really amazing to see the effect that the coach has on Worthy and able to calm him down and put him back to work, and he gets rest and comes back. So I don't think it was as much about the penalty as it was a mental thing, like you said.
And there's Razor, though, showing her strength, pushing up against Diamond City, drawing a penalty actually on that foremost blocker. It was a blocking out of play call on number 6. No, not number 6, rather. I'll get that number back to you in a moment.
And the bridging going on, that was when as Razor was going out to keep that pack alive, was just incredible. They bridged the whole arc of the turn of the track.
Des Moines has been running a bit of a shorter bench here. 12 skaters, and that's why we're seeing so many of them making their appearance on the track time and time again. Razor, their captain, the entire tournament has shown her strength on the jam line as a blocker as well.
Triple threat is jamming for Des Moines. And right up the middle of the pack goes, I believe it's Speed Bryu.
Yeah, it is. Number 8-9.
I have a real hard time seeing those numbers.
Speed Bryu. Time to hit the speed there, getting chased down by Triple Threat. Triple Threat slicing through that blocking line. Potential points for both sides. We'll see what comes out here.
And we have made it to halftime.
Oh, it's 3 points for Des Moines in that last jam. So, LB, we're going into half of the Open Division Championship game. Wow. The speed, the multi-scoring jams. We've seen it. Jamet Jacob, Triple Threat, both getting 15 and 16-point jams for Des Moines. Then on the other side, Worthy with 23 points for Diamond City.
The physicality of both of these teams. And sometimes, everybody talks about sprinting and how fast and how much it takes out of you. No. if you're pushing on these big,
yeah.
strong bodies for that long. You skate.
Yes.
And, I mean, if you're pushing that long over a period of time, it starts to take a toll on your legs and your strength and your mind. So it's going to be very interesting to see who can stay clean and who's got the endurance to last the rest of the time.
Now, we always go at the half to check on the penalty updates. I mean, for the most part, this has seemed to be going fairly well in the first half. It is typical sometimes to see more penalties in the second just because of that fatigue, and that's where you might be making simple mistakes. But these two teams are both so storied, both of them coming off of big wins over the last 2 days. We'll see what happens.
The other thing to pay attention to coming out of the second half, and we'll talk more about it when we come back because we've mentioned the penalties and we've mentioned the pack play, but these two coaches,
oh yeah,
this Derby is like a chess match to them.
It is.
And right now, they're regrouping and strategizing for the second half. And come back right back with us to see the second half here on WFTDA TV.
Welcome back to the Open Division Final at the 2018 JRDA Championships here on WIFTA or WFTDA TV. Not sure why I said that. I'm
we all
Deb
know better,
Nella,
we all do it.
joined by LBL. We're going into a second half between Diamond City, Des Moines, both just ferocious competitors, both looking for that #1 spot. Diamond City coming in #1 seed, Des Moines coming in #3 seed, but besting the attack pack for this spot. So what are you seeing as we head into the second half?
We talked about, first of all, the strength and the power and the speed of this. Both teams are so athletic. The level of athleticism is so impressive, and it's because of the strength of the other team. When you're this strong and you're this powerful, you're not used to necessarily always going up against teams that are this strong. So which one is going to have the endurance to do what they do all the whole time? And the other thing is what we talked about, penalties. Diamond City is winning, not by much, but they are winning, and they are also winning the penalty battle right now. They have 12 penalties. They have 12 penalties, and Des Moines has 21. Now, Des Moines doesn't have, Diamond City does not have anybody that's in. They have like 3 or 4, with 1 or 2, and so they don't have a lot. The key for Des Moines is Recnology, number 23, who is a big presence in their pack, has 4 already, so you got to kind of watch because that's over the halfway point. Certainly not. Look, we've played a half, and you did a little over halfway there, but you want to be around the rest of the thing. 731 Enigma is one they really have to worry about. He is a big presence in their pack. He has 6, so he is sitting at 6 penalties. Yeah, he's only got one left to give. No, none left to give. If he has one more, he will foul out. So,
and we're starting here with Worthy on the line for DCM and Triple Threat. Both skaters aging out this year, their final JRDA champs appearance. Worthy gets out first. Triple Threat trying to squeeze by Speed Bry. Oh, that was bumper actually.
Worthy is such, they have a lot of talented fast skaters. Speed Bryu, Worthy, so many on that. They're so deep. But truth be told, and I know it sounded like I was a little hard on him. I was just saying what it is, what I'm just stating the history. But when Worthy is on, there are very few skaters that are more exciting to watch than number 8 Worthy, because he is just amazing to watch. So let's see if he stays in his zone this entire half. We're in for another excitement. And like they do often, once the coach likes to ride the hot hand. You'll see Worthy go back to back quite often. I've seen him go back to back to back. So let's
see how that goes. We have the captain Razor out with the star for Des Moines. She's been strong coming up. Look at that endurance and that physicality, pushing on that line, just grinding it out there at turn 2.
Pushing that 3 wall. Just Razor is real. Oh, penalty on.
That's Speed Bryu. And Worthy. The jam has been called off for an injury, so right now our cameras have panned over just so that we can give them the space. The officials setting up a wall for the fans so that just a bit of privacy there. Our medical team has been incredible all weekend. They're being called out.
Both players went down, and I was real concerned at first for the leg of the Des Moines skater.
Yeah, that's number 2-3, Rechnology. She was actually caught under there a little bit.
Yeah, and it looked, when we first saw it, it looked like her knee went backwards. But apparently, whatever Worthy came down on, it looked like part of her skate or something. But and she didn't move because she didn't want to disturb him for a few minutes. So it could be something as easy as the wind and knocking the wind out. So we don't want to speculate on anything.
All right,
luckily,
so
we have top-notch medics that run out there. Shout out to the medics that keep the game safe for these kids. Go ahead.
And a big shout out as well to all our officials. I'm seeing here our referee. I'll call them a team because they are. And I've chatted with a number of them. All of them say they've been really impressed by the work that's been done this weekend, feeling their crews have gelled very well. Out there today is SGT Major, Sergeant Major, Harley Quinn Davidson, Strapping Young Beard, Honey Badger, Flo Block, Tricky Ricky, Richie Cranium, and Guinness.
And the NSOs, I gave them some love early, and I happen to know a couple of them as well. So let's shout out to Darth Bling, Burian's Havoc, Hannah, Prim Reaper, Nailfire, Bob to Miss Prime, Melotrauma, Ms. Hyde, and Toxic Narcotic.
And one thing that we want to talk about, NSOs, the non-skating officials. What a great way to crack into Derby, into your Derby community. If you're unsure how to get involved and you want to learn fast, NSOing's one way to do it. It's fast-paced. We can hear the crowd cheering. They're on their feet right now. Everyone there in the stands as Worthy is standing up, has some assistance.
Yeah, he's at least up, and he's not. He is being escorted by a medic and his coach.
Okay, and so as we were saying, NSOing, a really great way to get involved with roller derby to help out. I say we because it's the global derby community. In order for it to grow, need volunteers, dedicated. This whole tournament, LB, JRDA and Philly Roller Derby being the hosts, have been tremendous.
Absolutely, and shout out to the adult club, Philly Roller Derby. They're one of the. We talk a lot about junior roller derby, and many of them is just you get groups of people that want to do roller derby and they're out by themselves and they're not affiliated. But if you are a WFTDA league, listen up, everybody out there. If you are a WFTDA league and there are junior leagues around you that are independent, or if there's not, you really should at least try to start one, because if you are able to get your skaters to give back to juniors and develop it, it's almost developing a farm system for roller derby, and it's able to give you other people. Like here, Teflon Donna, Devoid of Mercy, legends in roller derby,
Those
not
names.
just Philly, but legends in roller derby, and Blitz. I know her.
Oh, we're seeing that's incredible. Stand by, our producer is pointing out that there is a T-shirt cannon now going around the stands.
Absolutely, that is that is one of our JRDA officials. We had that. They taught me how to use it beforehand because they said I was going to be the T-shirt gun guy. So far, they have not neglected to let me loose with the gun.
So that's how you ended up on the stream. It's because they just didn't want you near the T-shirt gun. I'm kidding.
They hid the gun until I had a headset on because they knew I couldn't throw the headset on and go over there and take it.
Oh, Albie, it's been such a treat calling with you so far. And a reminder that you can join us live tomorrow already. Now, we've been talking about it all weekend. Can't believe I'm saying tomorrow and Tuesday. Twitch.tv. That's for the Junior Roller Derby World Cup. It's being streamed live by WFTDA. So if you head to twitch.tv/WFTDA, you can watch both days for free. And tomorrow is jam-packed round-robin action. It's going to be quick, abbreviated 30-minute games, but essentially every team is going to play each other, and that allows the tournament to seed itself as it works with the skaters who were there.
It is going to be so much fun, and to see these different styles and how the game of derby translates to different parts of the world. We'll have Your team from Canada's coming. We have a team.
My team.
Well, you're from Canada.
Yes.
I don't. You know what? Shout out Ken LeBleu, one of my favorite Canadians in the world, right? A Derby photographer down in the state of Florida. 90, or very, very, very many of those Florida Derby fans still have Ken LeBleu pics as their profile
man.
pictures. So.
Team USA is teasing the crowd there with some free T-shirts. Oh my gosh, just chucking them into the bleachers. Wow. That's right. We're calling the action happening in the stands, but it looks like
Team
that
USA says we don't need no T-shirt cannon.
We just got
we got these guns.
Albie's pointing to his arms, just so you're aware. All right, we have Diamond City Des Moines game back on. I believe that is, yes, Mini Maniac out there for Diamond City, but Jamma Jacob getting lead for Des Moines.
Des Moines going to want to make something fast. They want to set the tone in the second half in their favor as quick as they possibly can.
That was a big hit, but that's going to equate to a back block call for Jamma Jacob. Mini Maniac still working, I believe, on her initial.
Dragonfire out of the box for Des Moines, but right into the box is number 23, Recnology.
But Mini Maniac, I was wondering if that was going to happen. Yes, a track cut there on the straightaway between turns 2 and 3. Jamma Jacob, of course, now being released from the box.
Something to keep an eye on. That is another one on Recnology. That was her 5th.
And we have Bumper holding Jamma Jacob back there, turn 1. And I hear another call. That is a direction of play on 711, Miss Batitude. Mini Maniac out of the box, working through turn 2.
How about the hit Muhammad Ali put on Mini Maniac as Jamma Jacob now back to the box for Des Moines. So this one's going to go the full 2 minutes. Only 24 seconds left, but Mini Maniac coming around trying to get some points, add to the Diamond City lead.
Big push over there.
I believe that was more a finesse move than a power move.
Yeah.
She juked juked her opponent out of the skates and then could almost just tip you over and hit down. But great move by Mini Maniac.
All right, we'll see what those efforts get us here. 9 points for Diamond City. None for Des Moines, but wow, what a hard-fought battle. Jamma Jacob, though, incurring 2 jammer penalties that go. And Des Moines, they are a powerhouse. Earned every step of the way the wins to get here. Remember, they were the 3rd seed. They're playing for first consolation prize of 2nd, of course.
That's not a bad consolation prize.
Not at all. Talking about the 10 best teams in the country coming out here to play at the JRDHMs. Oh, big spill on the inside. Mount Crushmore, first time jamming out there for Diamond City.
That was 306 Little Rebel with a big hit. You're going to hear 306 Little Rebel with big hit a lot as we have a track cut for the Diamond City jammer.
Mount Crushmore.
Mount Crushmore running to the penalty box. Triple threat, adding 10 points for Des Moines. A great move on the outside.
Yes, that juke.
Wow.
That tricked everybody there, and of course his own blockers falling in line offensively to clear the path. Oh, and the, wow, the crowd chanting, speed the pack. Things moving fast. And with that call off, Des Moines is also keeping Diamond City's Mount Crushmore in the box. Now she is standing right now, but that does leave an opportunity to take the advantage with the power start.
You know, that's another thing I've seen more in this tournament, and it is in a tribute to the pack play. How many times in this tournament this weekend has it been a power start for the other team that you think, okay, you know, they're going to get the upper hand?
Oh.
And the jammer that was in the penalty box, because of the defensive play of the pack, able to come out and get lead jam. Let's see, as now Mount Crushmore standing and is on the.
Coming up against Miss Batitude, Little Rebel, Recnology, just a fierce blocking line for Des Moines. Diamond City facing their jammer as they form their blocking wall. Bumper up there with Speed Bryu. And it's a big mess of blockers there. Turn 2, Quakery forming at the top. And I have a multiplayer call on
20 point, was a
number 1-2 for Diamond City. That's Ambush Ash. And Recnology now taking a seat in the penalty box. We were talking about her penalty count, her numbers, not sure where she's at just yet.
By my calculations, that's 6 for her now.
So an unofficial 6 penalties. And we do have Mount Crushmore coming back for more. Able to collect 5 points there, while Razor has the star.
Diamond City coach coming out to talk to Dazzle.
Speed Bryu in the box for Diamond City, and number 1-2, Ambush Ash, as we mentioned earlier. They're both sitting. And now there's t-shirts being thrown wherever. Is that what I'm seeing?
I think once some World Cup teams came out, now everybody's doing it.
This crowd is going insane. Is that Team Canada? Oh, no, that's Team USA. Here we go.
Do you have an official review? Diamond City's coach came out and asked us, so I know it is a Diamond City that is asking for it. We'll let you know if they get it.
And we were talking earlier, Al, about the WFTDA teams or even the MRDA teams who are going to be accepting in some incredible talent for these skaters who are aging out of this tournament and out of the JRDA. And just a reminder that the WFTDA Continental Cups will be streamed live right here on WFTDA TV, starting with North America East from Kalamazoo, Michigan. That's August 17th through 19th, hosted by Kalamazoo Derby Darlings, and that's happening in less than a month. And so, Al, the North America West is taking place in Omaha, Nebraska, and that will be hosted by Omaha Roller Girls, August 24th through the 26th. And our final Continental Cup will be in Europe, hosted by Birmingham Blitz Dames, October 27th through to the 28th. Watch passes for those Continental Cups go on sale July 31st, so stay tuned.
But you know, watch passes for the World Cup, they're on sale right now.
Oh, yeah, remind me how much that's going to be?
You know what? Now, I'm not sure how it translates, like we said earlier, into Canadian. No, it's 0 Canadian. Seriously, zero
okay.
Canadian. You can come in. All you got to do is watch it on Twitch/WFTDA. I've never watched. I don't think I've ever been on Twitch. My son is a Twitcher, though. So.
I'm like a bit of an old lady when it comes to that. I should be all hip and with it. But I spend more of my time doing derby stuff, live in the venues, on the tracks. Although I am looking forward to watching all the streams of the WFTDA Continental Cups, the playoffs, the international playoffs. Those also start late August 31st through September 2nd in beautiful A Coruña, Spain, hosted by the As Brigantias Roller Derby. And we do have one of our own who was calling this weekend. That was Bobby Narco. He will be heading to A Coruña, Spain, and that's where he was the one who was saying the words so beautifully earlier.
I was going to say, boy, you said that so much better than I did. Bob Narco is an amazing individual. He was on our team this weekend. I was proud to have him.
Honored to learn by his side.
He's been down to Tampa way. He came down with Gotham, but he is he's one of the top 3 statisticians while he's talking at this. And I can't do numbers and talk at the same time. I can barely talk fluently, so it's Narco is a good dude.
And our teams, and our teams have this weekend have had assistance every go around with the producer switching in and out. Stand by. I know, having gone down there to get the decision on that official review, which is now being told to the captains and the coaches. And we will come back with that in a moment. I heard the rolling whistle, and that means play will be starting soon. There are only 2 Diamond City blockers out there to Des Moines 3. Recnology in the penalty box. Oh, and Jam and
Maniac.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mini Maniac for Diamond City against Jam and Jacob for Des Moines. Maniac now trying to get through that three wall of Des Moines, but Jam and Jacob is off to the races. He's gone. So Des Moines now trying to close it up. And if they're going to do it now, because Diamond City the penalty box was full, and now they just got him running out.
Meanwhile, though, yeah, Des Moines as well, incurring 2 penalties there. Number 4, Mad Hatter, and number 8, Muhammad Ali. We do have a standby back.
Yeah, the official review, Diamond City looking for a stop block call to be rescinded. However, the call will stand.
Okay, thank you for that. And so that means Diamond City has lost their official review. Des Moines still has theirs. Both teams still have 2 timeouts apiece. And we have Bumper Car. Hasn't been jamming as frequently, but has made his presence known, taking the inside line on his toe stops out there. Triple threat jumping out to join him.
Now the pack regrouping up. They're going to try to make it. Bumper Car goes on the outside. And look at the speed that Bumper Car, wow.
All the speed. The amount of strength that these blockers need to stop these jammers on their skate. So impressive. The level, the ability in the Junior Roller Derby Association. And we have Diamond City who has collected 8 points so far. Des Moines right on their tail with 8. And we have a back block penalty on Bumper. So that lead has been lost. We'll be going a full 2 minutes. Still a minute left. A chance for a triple threat here. His coach urging him on to move quickly.
Amazing, number 54 coming out of the penalty box for Diamond City. So they're back at full strength, minus the jammer.
And Speed Bryu hoping to slow down Triple Threat, but Triple Threat gets through with another 5 points. Now up to 18 for Des Moines.
Amazing steal coming back in, being forced out. Now Bumper Car coming out of the penalty box. He is re-engaged with the pack. Empty penalty box right now. I felt obliged to say that because it's been a while.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Albie. Still 13 seconds left. I'm hearing a penalty whistle.
So now you're hearing whistles.
Yeah, forearm call on a Diamond City player, number 1-2, Ambush Ash. Wow, that was a packed 2 minutes there. Diamond City with 12, Des Moines with 10 more at 22. Diamond City collecting 14 there in total.
Jam at Jacob coming out jamming to jam for Des Moines. He'll be joined, his blockers will be Miss Batitude, Enigma, and Little Rebel. And they will start with 1 blocker in the box.
So Enigma out on the track. He has 6 penalties. Mentioning that because that could bring their blocking force down, of course. Oh, Jam at Jacob doing what he does best, taking the toes on the outside line with a little dance. And that was a call on the Diamond City pivot. Oh, little regulate her. First time we've seen her out there with the star this bout so far.
Bumper Car in the penalty box. I believe it's Amazing with him, but I could be wrong.
Speed Bryu, I believe, is in the box. The Diamond City defense diminishing there. We do have a multiplayer call assessed to number 9 there. That's Dragonfire. And Jam at Jacob continuing his run, being told to call it off.
Good news for Diamond City is Worthy has returned to his bench.
Okay.
So whether he's just coming to be with the team, or if he's if we're going to see him soon. I would think that once he comes back to the bench area that we would see him soon. So we'll see.
Okay, that was the update on Worthy. He was injured
Thank
a
you.
handful of jams ago.
Thank you to Ironic, a member of our announce team from the Sirens of Savannah, for bringing us that information. He's another one that came and was new to tournament style announcing, and he has just killed it this weekend.
Yeah, he's done a great job both on the call and in-house. Once again, Razor fighting up at the front, and we're getting an out-of-play blocking call on Bumper, and that'll get Razor out with lead.
Dragonfire coming back out of the box. Dragonfire's got to be getting close at this point, too.
And we do have a multiplayer call on Diamond City. That leaves 2 Diamond City blockers out there. But number 4-2 Mount Crushmore slowing down Razor. And Amazing still winding her way through. Wow.
No, you're good. The Diamond City, that's at least the second time that they have been severely depleted as far as penalties in the second half. And the score starting to creep back in as Des Moines is reeling them in.
Look at this.
Right, it's 144 to 152. Whereas not long ago, we were thinking, okay, maybe Diamond City's fixing to put this away. And that has a lot to do with, again, we're talking about penalties. And I hate to keep saying the same thing, but our job is we're not picking on anybody. The job, and we're just both teams, the way the penalties are, and this, if you can win the penalty battle, it gives you a chance.
This is feedback for teams, Al. They need to
Diamond
see this.
City won the penalty battle in the first half. They had a big lead. Des Moines is closing that lead because in the second half, Des Moines is winning the penalty battle.
Wow.
And triple threat, what a move. My goodness.
Using that strength and force to push forward there. Diamond City now with 3 blockers on the 4, back to full strength. The triple threat. Finding his hips around a couple of them at least. 3 in total for that one. And now we're seeing that lead being chipped away at, Al. Diamond City 152, Des Moines at 147.
A 5-point lead. How did that
Scoring
happen?
pass, basically.
Yeah, you got one jam, your one scoring pass back to this being a tight game. 15 minutes left to play. And all of a sudden,
it's getting
I
loud.
think people just realized what we realized.
And it's not a t-shirt cannon this time, Albie. It's legitimately all about the Derby, and we still have more than 15 minutes left. Oh gosh, now the chants are starting.
Are they saying worthy? Are they saying worthy?
I'm not sure.
I think the crowd wants to see worthy. I do think that's what they're saying.
This is going to be a game of defense as well as we see this last quarter play out. The crowd is going insane right now. Oh my gosh. Can we just teleport everybody watching at home through the screen right now?
And that is exactly why you heard it. That is number 8, Worthy, back to the jammer line. He has come back on the track. And that is why you heard this screaming. They saw number 8 coming back. And we are going to have, it is an official timeout.
Figure out what's going on here. Meanwhile, we want to remind you that you are watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships, and you have been doing so live all weekend long on WFTDA.tv. Stay tuned after this, because while this wraps up the Open Division, and it has been an incredible showing, so many games, and it's been fast-paced, just incredible action. We do have the Female Division Championships coming right up, starting around 8 p.m. Eastern, and that is between the Santa Cruz Derby Goms and the Seattle Derby Brats.
Man, if you have not seen Galaxy out of Seattle skate and Santa Cruz, I mean, they're coming in, that come behind victory that they had earlier, I got to think that's going to be a shot in the arm. So they're gunning. They're gunning. These teams have met. They have a history. And we'll let the announcers for that bout talk about all the history and what they're going to do with that, because we have our own problems right here. as it's 152 to 147.
Wow.
We're going back to the jam,
The
waiting
crowd
for the
going
whistle.
nuts right now.
We have the whistle. We're back to Derby. Worthy trying to go straight up the middle. Jamit Jacob with lateral movement back and
Wow.
forth across the middle.
And that works for Jamit.
Jacob, I'm sorry, with a blast on the outside coming up. Takes lead jam for Des Moines. Worthy with a spin move, stands up, looked like he was going to be flying out of bounds. Jamit Jacob got points and closed it down real fast.
Cut track for Jamit Jacob. Worthy now, the lone jammer on the track, just weaving by a spinning number 8. That's Muhammad Ali. The crowd on their feet, most of them.
The announce, some of them, we're almost on our feet.
Worthy by with another 5. That Des Moines line, though, is a tough one. We've got Enigma out there as the brace. Holding down the fort. Slowing Worthy down. But he finds that outer edge, uses it. Gets by turn 3 with 5 points.
All right, Jamit Jacob back out of the penalty box. Coming back through. And another cut as Jamit Jacob goes back.
Wow,
to the penalty box.
Jamit Jacob shaking his head, unsure. The Des Moines coaches also calling out to the team. We still have 40 seconds left in this jam. Oh, there was a star pass. Interesting, even though Worthy had lead there, gave up lead, decided to let Little Regulator get out with the star. There was a cut track, though, called.
So Jamit Jacob will be coming out now. He was not scheduled to come out yet, so he's just coming in because we have the jammer carousel going on. So Little Regulator will not serve.
And another jammer penalty. This one a high block on Jamit Jacob. His coach is saying, get to the box quickly. That's 3 in 1 jam.
That is another thing we've seen a lot of in this weekend is multiple penalties by the same jammer in the same jam.
Wow, that was a 19-point jam for Diamond City, 171 to 147. We're not sure on the count for Jamit Jacob. I know Standby did get some penalties, but we'll wait to see what the officials say here.
See, right now, this one will actually start without a jammer. Nope.
Will it? Well, we've... and the clock is being stopped here for a second.
We have an official timeout because the Diamond City jammer, Little Regulator, was standing in the box. So it looked like if she wasn't released, she was about to be released. And when the other jammer came back in the penalty box, and then the jam ended.
Yeah.
So they're discussing on what if they had actually just released. I think what they're discussing is did they release her? Did they release Little Regulator beforehand?
Well, likely what happened here is Little Regulator needs to sit for the same amount of time that Jamit before sat, whereas now Jamit after, that's what I'll call him on his third, is sitting for a whole separate action. So those two can't switch out now just because you've had back-to-back switches. Doesn't work that way. So, yeah, mind blown a little bit there. So she has to remain in the box for the time that Jamit sat on the second penalty. This third penalty is completely separate.
Starts it, okay.
And that's courtesy of the WFTDA casebook. And for all the nerds out there who like to read that on their spare time.
That's good because I would have thunk that, okay, now I would have thought that Jamit Jacob would not have to spend that much time just because of the other. So that's a good thing to know. Thank you very much.
Now, either way,
So
Little
smart.
Regulator did get out of the box right away. So, because she was done.
Yeah, she was already standing, fixing to be released anyway, so it was only a matter of seconds. As Little Regulator now, and Jamit Jacob
gets by Enigma there. Enigma bumps out the Diamond City pivot. Jamit Jacob deciding to go around the track.
Little Regulator within that wall of black right there at the pivot line, and that is Little Rebel. Little Rebel is another one that is a ferocious player.
And the crowd going wild. Little Regulator out. Is that another penalty? No, never mind. I'm seeing some shaking heads there, but that was a penalty on bumper. Clockwise call. And Jamit Jacob out on his initial. That'll end the jam there. Wow. 5 points for Diamond City. There's still plenty of derby left, 11.5 minutes on the clock.
176 to 147, a 29-point lead for Diamond City. Like we've said before, it's Diamond City opens up, Des Moines closes it back. And they were not long ago, they were back within 5, if you remember.
Exactly, and now we have Triple Threat out there who has been just that all weekend long. Oh, Mini Maniac getting a little tripped up, playing it safe, making sure take the inside to come back. Enigma doing a great job of dragging her back there. Oh, and the same thing happens to Triple Threat, getting knocked out. Little Rebel now back in for Des Moines. Enigma sent to the penalty box. That will be
his last.
His 7th penalty.
Look at the
Whoa,
move. Wow,
that was
Mini
incredible.
Maniac. It's a 360 spin move, 1 foot, switch foot in the middle of the air. We'll just call that a matrix move and move on.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those this tournament. These impressive junior skaters. We have a call on Little Rebel there. Did not see what it was, but she will be in the penalty box. And yes, we are seeing it confirmed. Enigma has fouled out of the game. There's still 10 minutes left. Diamond City, first Des Moines, they are playing for all the money here. The #1 spot.
The chance to be champion for another year. Diamond City looking to keep their claim on the championship. They are the returning champion.
Definitely are. And if you're looking at their appearances in 2016, just a year before that, they were 7th. They placed 7th. And in 2015 champs, we don't have their standings. They just attended. And then we're looking at Des Moines. They came in 3rd at champs last year, 1st in 2016. Both veterans of this tournament. And the crowd getting amped up like they even need any extra support from the announcers.
Muhammad Ali, she is taking the pivot for Des Moines. There are 2 skaters for Des Moines in the penalty box, 1 for Diamond City. So advantage Diamond City right now. Miss Batitude.
She's standing now in the penalty box, so has about 10 seconds left on the clock. Oh, once again, there was a bizarre start there where the official timeout hasn't ended yet.
We've had a few of those
Yes.
where we've had starting mix-ups in this tournament that you don't know.
Those moments before that whistle blows are so tense, so to hear that one whistle, and Worthy is out with lead, while Razor, the captain for Des Moines, gets out quickly. And we do have a call on someone. Oh, Worthy thinks he can call it off, but he can't. He gets a cut track penalty call. It's the 2nd time that's happened where he thinks he's in and out, but he's actually cut the track.
Little Rebel back on the track now, out of the penalty box for...
Oh, a spill on the Diamond City skaters. Their bumper on his way to the penalty box. Now Razor poised to score again. She picked up 5 already, and that's another 5.
There are
the Des Moines fans going crazy.
Was trying to inch back. It's 180 to 157. We got just under 9 minutes to play. Penalty carousels for both teams. The penalty box. How'd you like to be the penalty tracker for this one?
They have been doing a phenomenal and busy job. Worthy, though, that's what that crowd is cheering.
They need to ask for hazard pay.
No kidding. Oh, yeah. The crowd reminding Razor, you don't have lead. You can't call it off. This is going the full 2 minutes. Wow, Razor just putting on that effort there. Gets through with 4 points. That's 19 for her so far. Oh, Worthy picks up 4 points. There was a lot of spinning action going on there.
1 skater left in the penalty box. They are for Diamond City.
Razor with 23 points now. 3 more seconds left. What a jam for the Captain Razor from Des Moines, who's been skating so many jams out there.
Des Moines taking a 25-11 advantage for that jam, bringing them to 191 to 172. 19.
Yeah, 19.
Okay.
I was going to say just under 20-point difference. That was a big boost for Des Moines there. I know that I guess makes sense when you see numbers like 25, but because we haven't been seeing those all game really from either team, it's impressive.
Yeah, this.
Now
I'll tell you, I mean, it's been an exciting bout, and it's 19 points, which is either of these teams. Yep.
I believe Muhammad Ali has fouled out for Des Moines. We have 7 minutes and 20 seconds left.
And it will be an exciting 7 minutes and 20 seconds. I'd be willing to bet any one of you.
And number 13, K-Boom, is taking the pivot and Muhammad Ali's spot in the penalty box. And K-Boom, we haven't had a chance to mention it, she's coming off a broken collarbone earlier this season. She has been a tremendous force. She's jammed so many times in some of the other games, too.
Yeah, when we saw her yesterday, she was very impressive. Now let's look at the blockers that are out there for Des Moines. Number 23 just went out. That's Recnology. She's got 6 as well. She had 4 in the first half. She's already had 2 here in the second half, so she's sitting at 6. Little Rebel, I don't think she's in a whole lot of trouble. Now, typically this weekend she has been in a lot, but I think 3, maybe 4. I could have missed some though, because believe it or not, there are times when I've been accused of not paying attention to something.
It's hard as well, just with the placement of the penalty box off of turn 2. But look at that with speed and power. Mini Maniac around turn 1.
I love watching Mini Maniacs.
Jamet Jacob with a high block call takes a seat in the penalty box.
Yeah, Des Moines, if you're Des Moines, you do not want a full penalty box. That's not a good sign. You have 3 black jerseys in the penalty box right now. And
but look at that. Mini Maniac, sorry to interrupt you, Al. Mini Maniac now taking a seat in the penalty box. Frees Jamet Jacob. A bit of confusion there. Little Rebel unsure if it was her that they were telling to go or not.
So Mini Maniac, the good news is she doesn't have to stay long because she freed Jamet Jacob out, which is the bad news, because if you're Diamond City, the place you want that Des Moines jammer is in the penalty box, because you can't score and catch up if you're not there. And a big-time move by Jamet Jacob, as that is, I can't. Looks like Little Regulator that was in that tussle with Jamet Jacob. Very impressive.
He just flew by the Diamond City line there. The crowd going crazy. It is just constant cheering now. Both teams, Mini Maniac getting in Jamet Jacob's way. They've got to skate this jam out. They've got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left to play on the jam clock. Just under 6 minutes left to go in the bout. 199 to 180, a 19-point lead for the Diamond City.
Oh, and we do have number 4 from Des Moines. That's Mad Hatter taking a seat in the penalty box. That'll limit their defense. There's only 2 skaters out right now. That's because Little Rebel, it does appear she fouled out.
You said that you.
And Jamet Jacob hoping to score some points. And that's the jam.
But the Diamond City Jammer, Little Regulator, just went back to the penalty box.
So we do have, sorry.
No, go ahead. You got 2 Des Moines skaters in the penalty box. Now Jamet Jacob coming to the penalty box. And I do believe that both Jamet Jacob and Little Rebel have just fouled out for Des Moines. So that's.
Oh, and Jamet Jacob.
Yes, Jamet Jacob just was escorted out too. He came back behind the penalty with his last one. There's an official timeout now. They're trying to.
I think they're trying to figure that out. We know for sure, though, that Des Moines has lost Muhammad Ali, Enigma, and Little Rebel to penalties. That's 3 skaters out of a 12-skater roster here. And there's still just under 5 minutes left in this Championship. This determines who gets the bragging rights, who gets the honor of being first in the Open Division Junior Roller Derby Association Championships 2018.
Okay, so Des Moines only traveled with 11. I think they were
11 or 12?
Okay, they traveled with 12, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are gone. So you're going to see the same 8 for the next 5 minutes.
And triple threat skater who has proved his name a number of times, taking on any role necessary, worthy with the pivot there for Diamond City, bringing him all the way back to turn 4. And it appears as well that number 4 from Des Moines, Mad Hatter, now back on the track. A penalty, a high block call on a Diamond City skater there.
Triple threat making his way through the pack. Do have a Diamond City skater that just went to the penalty box.
Triple threat coming up against that wall.
Mini Maniac.
Wow.
Getting free for Diamond City. Triple threat coming up, then goes on the inside, calls it off before Mini Maniac can get any points. Still one Diamond City skater in the penalty box.
All right, and we'll see what he got for those efforts there. He did get 4. That was triple threat. And we have a timeout being called by Des Moines. Might be a good move at this time because they do still have an official review left there, LB. And this gives their skaters a chance to rest up. I mean, these skaters are going back to back to back now, having that penalty trouble. And LB, we talked about this at the beginning. It's still anyone's game. Diamond City 207, Des Moines 188. We've got 3 minutes 46 seconds left.
It's 19 points. I mean, it's a couple of grand slams. You get out there and make a couple of runs. We've seen there's been 20 spots dropped by teams, every team in this tournament all weekend long.
And we've seen it in this game. Des Moines putting up 25 points. Captain Razor doing that. We also want to, yes?
No, it is gut check time, though. You got 3 minutes for your season. 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Wow.
Diamond City wants to stand up and do what they've been doing the whole bout and just keep the 20-point lead. Des Moines wants to come back. There are 8 skaters left.
Wow.
They have 8 of them. It is Razor, the captain, Kaboom, Killbilly, Recnology, who is close.
Yep.
Recnology is close. She's got 6. Triple threat, Mad Hatter, Miss Batitude, and Dragon Fire. And there are penalties mixed in there too. There was so many. I think the penalty trackers pins have exploded over there. There's still a Diamond City skater in the penalty box, and Diamond City hasn't been free of penalties, but they have certainly not been to the extent as Des Moines.
And this timeout running a little longer here because there's some official issues as well, but we should be good to go. We have Worthy on the line for DCM and Razor out there for Des Moines. Both teams want this bad. As you put it, Albie, this is the last 3 minutes of your season. Worthy getting lead.
Razor free from the pack coming around. Razor's going to try to close things as quick as possible. Worthy, big hit into that wall of black. Opens up a spot, jumps through, gets some points, calls it off. 4 more points. That's 211 to 188. We are a 23-point deficit for Des Moines as we are lining up for the next jam number 17 of the half. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the bout.
And this is the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds now of this Open Division Championship. This is what all those games have come to. This is
Worthy going back to back, picking up lead jam again.
Triple threat pushing out there, gets by. Oh, and he stays in on one skate.
Wow.
Allows him to do the call off. Des Moines putting their heart and soul out there The last 8 skaters for that team. Yes, this is the 17th game in the open division. Both divisions playing 17 games total now. Diamond City, Des Moines, both with 2 wins coming into this. These teams know how to win in this very difficult competition with the speed and the physicality that comes with junior roller derby.
I feel compelled to say, well, never mind, wait.
Something is going on here. We have a skater being told to check in with the medical team.
That is Miss Batitude. It looked, the officials, we have a lot of officials that are trackside and to keep an eye on things, and they saw something that they didn't like, that just wanted to make sure that everybody's safe. 13 coming back off. That is K-Boom.
Although the jam has started, so that means Des Moines will have 3 blockers on the track. Worthy getting by. Oh,
Worthy
a back block penalty called to number 9, Dragonfire.
Worthy this is his 3rd jam in a row as he keeps going. It is 215 to 188, 27-point lead. The Des Moines Jammer going to the penalty box with just a minute and 13 seconds left to go on the jam, on the clock. Minute and 20 on the jam. Worthy coming back.
There's only 2 Des Moines skaters out there. Remember, they started with only 3 because there was some confusion there what was going on with those skaters.
I'm still not sure what that was about.
Oh. And that's Mad Hatter trying to get by. I'm hearing some yelling. I don't know if that means anything. That could just be the coaches talking.
Dragonfire has now fouled out.
Okay.
So they're down to 7 skaters.
I was wondering if that was the case. Sometimes there's certain tells with skaters. It's usually a really vigorous head shake of, no, not the last one. Now we have an official review being called. The tension here, we have 35 seconds left in the period clock here, LB. This game has delivered everything that the entire tournament has. The speed, the agility, the fandom. Both of these teams just being cheered on for their strength and commitment to the game.
Well, mathematically, it is still possible because although there's only 35 clicks left on the game clock, once the jam starts, the jams get set at 2 minutes. So we're going to have the jam. And Des Moines, if they had a good run, and they're what? Oh, they're 42 now as DCM. So it would take a very impressive jam. They haven't got that one that high in this bout, but it is possible. We've certainly seen them, put up 30 or 40 points. So let's see. Can't count them out, but with one more jam to play, it's hard to know if who will be here by the end of it, because I don't think I've ever seen that many skaters for a team foul out of a bout. So penalties were definitely the issue. A telling story, not the story, because these 2 teams are just amazing athletes.
Well, the jam is underway right now. We have Speed Bryu taking the star, hopping out there. He has been the captain. He's taking a slow turn. He's looking at what his coaches are saying. A star pass here for Razor. DCM opting to call off, and that gives the unofficial final. 230, 188. Diamond City are your 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Open Division champions.
Wow, and as the fans rush up trackside, very impressive. You know what? What do you say? What can you say?
all I can say, Al, is that it's been a complete honor, privilege to get to call this game, to get to see this level of talent. Everything that these skaters put out there. Des Moines going home with silver, coming in second, have something to be very, very proud of, especially coming in with 12 skaters fighting their way. They were a third seed and taking second, improving where they were from last year. They were third last year.
Yeah, such an impressive. And Diamond City, of course, coming in, repeating as champions. Everybody else is just wait till next year, I guess so.
And next year, both of these two teams are going to look very different. We want to, again, shout out those skaters who this was their final JRDA Championships appearance as they are aging out. For Des Moines, that was their captain, Razor, who the strength and the energy that she showed out there, pushing on those blockers, jamming a tremendous amount. Number 18, Kill Billy. We had Triple Threat, who was also out there on the line, being a formidable blocker. And then Muhammad Ali and Dragonfire all aging out this year. And then for Diamond City, Blonde Assassin, Bumper Car, Ambush Ash, Worthy. That's going to change those teams, shake them up tremendously.
They are changed, and the question is how much depth do they have in their programs? Maybe there's some other teams out there that have been just off, kind of licking their lips a little bit. But I have a feeling, knowing these two coaches.
And you know what? We need to give a shout out to those coaches again. Des Moines, that's Mark Muse, Anastasia Smith, Daniel McLaughlin, and I just need to find my notes there for Des Moines. They have, or that was Des Moines rather, for Diamond City coaches Vic, Scarlett, and Ben Jamming. All of them coming in knowing how to manipulate the game, how to figure out the game, calling timeouts when they needed it, going in for those official reviews. You can't say enough about the coaches as well.
Benjamin coaching, speaking of aging out, Benjamin skated last year on this team.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So that just shows you. That shows you.
Yep.
We talk about JRDA, future of Derby already, the present and the future. So once again, LB, thank you for having me out here, making me part of the crew. This was an experience I will never forget.
Yeah, you know what? Me either, but it's not over for y'all. Do not go anywhere because we have the female division championships between Santa Cruz and Seattle coming up next right here on WFTDA TV.